This initiative actually started with Dave Mansell, field operations manager with a sports and entertainment group, coming to the innovators group with a big problem. He said, we don't have the visibility into critical path methods, this one being steel, in the supply chain that allows us to continue with absolute certainty that we're going to be on schedule as planned.
We wanted to really understand the supply chain from fabrication, mill order, all the way through to erecting on site. The steel package here on this stadium is roughly a $30 million package with about 6,500 tons of steel, which is roughly 5,000 pieces.
The old way, we relied a lot on what the fabricator is telling us, right? So we had to trust them at their word. And a lot of times it's not always, they tell us what we want to hear sometimes instead of what we need to hear.
As a superintendent, the most frustrating part of the project is not knowing where your material is at. Jovix and RFID gives us line of sight into that.
We are able to look ahead and see that there are forecasted issues, which in other jobs we would just find out about the issue the day of. We can forecast two to 3 weeks out of issues, and that's helped us keep all 50 iron workers working this entire time, which is the most important part. We don't want people sitting down all day.
Each piece gets an identification tag, just like the shop drawings do. Each piece gets a mark number. At each stage, the shops will kind of scan it and get an updated status of what that member is throughout the process.
When items are updated in the Jovix, that API automatically updates Synchro, so I don't have to go in and manually update these pieces piece by piece. When shop drawings are approved, there's an initial phase, so the member will turn gray. When its fab is complete, it's a light red. Once it's painted, it's a full dark red. In transit is blue. And then when it's erected, it's a dark green. If there is any items that are on site and staged, it'll turn orange. Now our PM and superintendents can look at this view rather than sitting there looking at an Excel or trying to figure out through the dashboard, that they can visually see where pieces are in the procurement cycle.
It's a great model to show a one-stop shop for fabrication. We do a lot of fabrication updates in the P6 and it gets very wordy and very confusing, but at any time we can show on a screen what the status of all of our steel is, and I think one big picture enables to show everybody what we're doing and where we're at.
The way that we've seen the solution scale on this one job is kind of an indicator that we've got something here, that it is a value add. The Nashville team has actually taken it and expanded the scope now from steel to doors and hardware, deployed it in our warehouse facility in Nashville, and also looking at applying it to how we better manage ductwork and where it's at and where it comes onto the job.
I use it every single day, whether it be receiving in new material, whether it be consolidating space in here to make room for new material, or just a simple checkup from somebody out on site. Hey, is this door at the warehouse? Is this speaker at the warehouse? Whatever it may be.
There isn't a project that I'm going to start that isn't going to involve RFID, Jovix at all. I mean, we're going to use it. It's not going away. This is the future of how we're going to manage our projects, and it's only going to grow from here.
There has never been a time where we didn't have steel that we needed. Looking at the steel status model and planning our work 2 to 3 weeks out so we can just watch the stadium come together.